Good morning all. Today we will discuss the poem The Railway Clerk by Nissim Ezekiel. Now, this poem is an ironic and satirical representation of Indian people and society. You can call it an ironic monologue or soliloquy. Reading through the poem, it leads us into the typical mindset of a clerk in an Indian government office. In this poem, he satirizes the greedy and corrupt nature of Indian bureaucrats through the example of the clerk. Now, he believes that it is quite common in the nature of Indian government workers and officers to engage in malpractices and unfair means to earn more money. This poem is a record of sentiments, pity, and social ironies that exist in the Indian society. Every aspect of Indian society finds its due place in Ezekiel's poetry. His poetry presents the social problems like poverty, sickness, corruption, etc. in India with utmost ironic overtones. So let's start the poem, The Railway Clerk by Nissim Ezekiel. It isn't my fault, I do what I am told, but still I am blamed. This year, my leave application was twice refused. Every day there is so much work and I don't get overtime. My wife is always asking for more money. Money, money, where to get money? My job is such, no one is giving bribe, while other clerks are in fortunate position and no promotion even because I am not graduate. It isn't my fault. Now, the railway clerk starts with a justification. He tells us that it is not his fault. He does what he is told. I do what I am told, but still I am blamed. But still the authority, the persons in the authority, blames him. He had applied for a leave. It was twice refused. He's given a lot of work, but still he doesn't get overtime and is not paid adequately. My wife is always asking for money. That means he says that he is pestered by his nagging wife, who is always asking for money. But he can't find a way to make more money. He complains that he doesn't even get bribe, while other clerks are enjoying a more fortunate position. That means the other clerks who are working with him are receiving bribe. He's not even promoted because he's not qualified. He says that, and no promotion even because I am not graduate. So he is not qualified enough to be promoted to a higher position. Now, while reading this poem, you will also find a lot of Indianisms. The colloquial style of Indian speaking can be found in this conversational tone, which you could find it here. I wish I was bird. So he wants to escape himself from these mundane responsibilities and the frustrations of his life like a bird. He wanted to escape from all these situations that he is facing. I am never neglecting my responsibility. I am discharging it properly. Now he says that he is a hard worker. He never neglects his responsibility. He always does his duty and he discharges it properly. I am doing my duty, but who is appreciating? But he also says that he never gets any appreciation for what he is doing. Nobody encourages him. Nobody, I am telling you. He says he does his duty, but nobody encourages him. My desk is too small. The fan is not repaired for 2 months, 3 months. I am living far off in Borivali. My children are neglecting studies. How long this can go on? Now, this particular stanza shows the pathetic condition of his office, his surrounding. He says that his desk is too small. The fan is not repaired for 2 months, 3 months. So even if he does all the work in his office, he has a lot of work to do, a lot of files to look at, but his desk is too small and the fan is not repaired for 2 months, 3 months, in fact, he says. And he also talks about his living conditions. He is living far off in Borivali. Okay, Borivali is an affluent part of Mumbai, okay, a coastal Mumbai, and he lives there, and he says that his children are neglecting their studies. And he asks the question, how long this can go on? Once a week I see film, and then I am happy, but not otherwise. Now he talks about his comforts, the little comforts that he enjoys in his life. He says that once in a week or once in a while he watches movies, and then he is happy, quite happy. It shows the typical mindset of a lower middle class clerk. Also, I have good friends, that is only consolation. He also talks about his friends, and he says that they are also his consolation, his comfort. Sometimes we are meeting here or there and having long chat. He tells us that they used to meet here and there and have conversations, long chats. We are discussing country's problems, and what topics do they discuss? They talk about the problems of the country. Some are thinking of foreign, but due to circumstances I cannot think. And he says that some of his friends are planning to go abroad for finding green pastures, for better comforts, but he can't think like them. Why? Because of a circumstance. My wife's mother is confined to bed, and I am only support. He says that his wife's mother is confined, his mother-in-law is confined to bed, and he is the only one who could support her. So he couldn't even think of going abroad, okay, leaving his family alone. So this poem shows the helplessness of a lower middle class Indian railway clerk, which is depicted through the poem. And the poet has also employed Indianisms to sketch a satirical and pathetic portrait of the clerk, and has picturized brilliantly through this poem the pent-up frustrations of a lower middle class life. Thank you.